Hello everyone, welcome to another planty video. It is me, Desiree, and today I wanted to show you some of my ugly plants. Some plants only a mother could love, okay? These are plants that did look good at one time. They didn't always look like this, but for some reason they just kind of went downhill. I don't know what happened. I know it wasn't my fault. It can't possibly be my fault. But I just want to show you what they look like, why I still have them, what they are, and yeah, let's just talk about our ugly plants because they're not all Instagram worthy, okay? And the one that gave me the idea for this is this one, this poor thing. This is my Syngonium Frosted Heart. I bought this from Plantarina. Let me take off those dead leaves, spruce it up a little bit. Bought this from Plantarina. And it was beautiful. It still is. It's very pretty. Like, these leaves are super pretty. It's unlike a Syngonium that I've ever seen. Usually I see like arrowhead ones. And these leaves are super, super pretty. It's just a really beautiful looking plant. But it is kind of typical with Syngoniums, at least ones I've bought that are in my care. They just die all the time. All the leaves will die off and you'll just have a few leaves at the top of the stems, and that is what happened to this. So if I were to hold up this vine, look what it looks like. It's completely bare with just the leaves at the top. I never staked it or anything, and it used to have more plants in here and it was a lot fuller, but the leaves just always die back. Same with this vine here. It's just a long vine with the leaves at the top, but this is the funniest looking one. Like, look at that. What am I supposed to do with this, you know? What am I supposed to do with this? So I don't know. I mean, it looks fine, I guess, from there. Does it? Does it? Let me know what you think of it. Maybe from way back here. Yeah, it's pretty ugly, this poor thing. The vine is just all scraggly and like, I don't know. I think I might just chop it and propagate it, put it in some water or something. I have some other Syngoniums just living in water. That's just where they live. I don't plan on taking them out of there, and I feel like this could maybe thrive in that kind of a situation because it did look really good at one time and it did look really beautiful and full, and I think it's still such a pretty plant, but it's just growing so scraggly. So I think I'm gonna chop it because this pot is really nice. I would love to use this for something else. I think I am gonna chop this and put it in some water and then just let all kinds of roots grow out and just let it live its life in some water. I think it would do better in there. I have some Syngoniums living in water, like I said, that still grow. They're growing tons and tons of leaves and they're doing really well. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with this because this is definitely a plant only a mother could love. I mean, it looks cool though, doesn't it? But not up close. Don't look at it up close. You don't need to see it up close. Let's put this on the ground. Okay, the next one is this, just a perpetually ugly plant. The philodendron micans, okay? It's pretty, it's beautiful to look at, especially when you see like a new plant in the nursery. The string from my sweater was sticking out this whole time and no one told me anything. I thought we were friends. Anyways, okay, what was I saying? Philodendron micans. It is a beautiful plant, okay? It's beautiful when you first buy it. But, I mean, the leaves are nice. They're velvety, they're fine. But as it just continues to grow, it just grows so scraggly. And I don't always mind a plant that looks like this. I have a Philodendron brantianum, you know that one? It's growing super scraggly, and I showed it in a video before, I think earlier this year. It grows vines like this that are just long vines with no leaves or one leaf on them, but I love the way that it looks because the leaves are so pretty. I love the way that one looks growing all scraggly, but this one, I can't with it. It's just so scraggly looking. And I remember I bought my grandma one of these because it was just so beautiful and I had bought mine. And it just grew like this too, and every time I'd go over there I'd see it and I'm like, oh, I bought her such an ugly plant. But it was pretty at one time. I did used to have 3 of these. I now only have the one. I genuinely do not remember what happened to the other 2. I don't know what happened to them. They were just vacated the premises, never to be seen from again, never to be seen again. And that's that. So anyway, scraggly, ugly. I don't hate it though, but it's not my favorite plant. Honestly, I come in here and I cut these vines all the time, and it's just like, look at it. Why am I keeping it? There's just sometimes a plant, you know, you can't get rid of it, even though it's ugly. But it looks cool on the shelf that it sits on because it's just kind of sitting there being ugly. I don't know, man, but let me know, Micans, what is your take on Micans? Do you have a big, beautiful one? If so, how did you do it? Because every single one I've ever bought ends up like this, just scraggly and ugly. Okay, I just can't with this plant anymore. You can go sit right there. Okay, this next one. This is a plant that I have tried with. I've tried with this plant for so long. It is the Calathea musaica. Look at this thing. I see these plants all the time at Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever they sell Costa Farms, and they're beautiful. The leaves are so big, and I keep wanting to buy another one because I just feel that this plant would thrive if I bought a new, better one. I don't know, but I keep trying with this one. I keep trying to make this one thrive and live, and I guess it doesn't look that bad, but it's ugly, okay? It used to be a big, full plant, but it has died back quite a bit. I've always cut back leaves. I think I've shown this in videos too, like fixing it up and stuff. I just can't get it to do anything. Like there was another plant right here that has completely died. I don't know if something might grow out of it, but no, hold on. Am I just gonna keep pulling on it till it falls out? No. Am I? Am I? I can't stop. I can't stop. No. Okay, leave it alone. Leave. No, I have to. Yeah, it's not even like in the soil. Hold on. I have to. I have to. I can't stop. I have to uproot the whole thing. Why? Why are we like this? Okay, fine. I did it. I did it, okay. That one's dead. This one is doing fine, but this is all that's left of it. I completely forget about this plant all the time. It lives on that bottom shelf right there. It gets outshined by all this other beautiful stuff that's up here. But it's still doing something. You know, it hasn't grown a new leaf. Oh, it has actually. This one is new. It hasn't grown a new leaf in a long time, but there looks like there's a little shoot right there for a new one. So I'm gonna hang on to it until it just inevitably completely dies, or I fall in love with it one day and then I don't know. I don't know. But it's pretty ugly. I don't know. It's doing its best with what it has, and that's not a lot. That's probably the best looking of all the plants I'm going to show you. This next one though, clutch your pearls everybody, because this plant has seen better days. Just a moment of silence, okay? Moment of silence. Let's just look at it. Let's just look at it in silence. Unless you're laughing out loud at your house right now. This is a Monstera Anoni, okay? I've had this for a long time, and I always thought I would never have an Anoni that did anything, because I used to have another one that died all the time. Leaves are always yellow, it was never doing anything. Then I bought another one, this one, and it was beautiful, and it started thriving and growing, and when I repotted it into this pot, which I think I did in a video if I'm not mistaken, it just exploded. It was growing, vines constantly everywhere, but then it started putting out just vines with no leaves on them. Long, crazy ones, and this is not a plant that looks good scraggly, okay? I have cut vines off of this thing constantly. I actually just went through and cut off a bunch of vines just a few days ago, but like, it's just so crazy looking. The pot though, beautiful. Love the patina that has gotten all over this pot. It's so nice. But it could, I could put a more beautiful plant in such a beautiful pot. But this is the top of it. I don't know what happened. Like, look at this long vine. It has two leaves very at the end. This one here, just at the end. I cut them back all the time, and then it just puts out leaves or vines with no leaves. Leaves die all the time. Let's just pluck those off. Yeah. I don't know. This plant and I don't know, man. It's just, it is what it is, but I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it. I don't know why, even though it looks just so ridiculous. Look, there's another dead leaf. Yeah, and I know if I chop it up and propagate it, I'm never gonna repot it into this, because the propagations I have done before have not survived. All of them have died when I tried to pot them up into a pot of soil. So I don't plan on doing that with this, but maybe I'll just keep cutting it. I don't really know. But eventually, I don't know. I've just had it for so long and I can't get rid of it because it's not dead. It's doing fine. It's growing new leaves regularly, but it's just so weird looking. I don't know why. And I did buy another Adansonii. I don't remember if I showed it in a video. I think I did, maybe? It's a really big, gigantic, full, long vines, amazing, beautiful one. But that one has also started dying. Tons of leaves are dying off of it. It's growing long vines now. It needs to be repotted desperately because that pot, I feel like I have to water it every 5 days and it's dry as a bone. I don't want that one to suffer the same fate as this one, but I have a feeling that it's going to. And it's not my fault. It's not my fault at all. I'm perfect. Anyway, okay, last plant. This is one I did show in a video. Did I? Where I combined some Dapsis. I don't remember if I filmed it or not. I thought I did, but now I think I'm making it up. Anyway, I had 2 big hanging baskets of Dapsis Urgerus, and this is what it looks like now. This is the pot. And this plant never perks back up. So when I water this thing, which I did, I thought I had just watered it. And when I picked it up, I looked at it and I was like, why hasn't this plant perked up? I just watered it. And I touched it, it's completely dry. I did not just water it, but it feels like I did. A lot of it keeps dying like this. Vine's dying. And I keep thinking the vine isn't even in the soil, but it is. Tons of yellow leaves. Let me pick some of these off while we're here. It always looks wilted. It never perks up. The leaves never unroll. And you know, with the Dapsis like this, when it's thirsty, the leaves kind of, they're not as like perfectly flat and stiff. They like start going like this, like they roll up a little bit. And this one always just looks like that. And I don't really know what to do about it because there's nothing else I could do but water it and just hope for the best. But yeah, it's ugly. It's just, I mean, it's a pretty plant, I guess, but I don't like looking at it because the vines right here are so scraggly and bare, and then all of this is nice and full. I don't know, I don't like the top of it. I did buy another one. It's right up there. It needs water too, but I don't know. I feel like that one is gonna eventually suffer the same fate. Like it just goes bald and then you just buy another one. I don't know. But yeah, another ugly plant, although not as ugly as the other ones. I think for this one, you gotta see where it is in the living room hanging on the shelf. And then it's just all big, wrinkled and yellow leaves everywhere and vines with no leaves. It's just like a whole thing. But you know what I think I might do? Because I've seen people get the vines and wrap them around the top of the soil here. Like these vines that have a lot of nodes, wrap them around and kind of pin them with little bobby pins or something. And hopefully they root into the soil and it might fill out the top of it. I mean, I honestly was just gonna throw this plant away, and now I'm like, oh no, it has so much potential. Like it's really big and pretty. I think I might try that. Get some of these vines and just wrap them around the top and pin them because I need to water it anyway, and then see what comes of it and try to do something with all these like really bare vines here. Maybe just tangle them up there. What do you think? Have you ever tried that? Does it work? Is it worth a shot? I mean, it is. I was gonna throw it away anyway, so I guess anything is worth a shot at this point. But anyway, that is it. I just wanted to share some of my ugly looking plants with you. Some of them better than others, but ugly nonetheless. Anyway, that is it. Let me know some of your ugliest plants and why you still hang on to them. If you feel like, no, it could make a comeback, let me know. I would love to know. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.